So at talking point one, whiteness confused belonging with safety. You learned early that belonging was earned through performance, being good, agreeable, and non-threatening. That's not belonging. That's conditional inclusion. Whiteness confuses comfort with safety and compliance with care. When you're told, be nice, don't rock the boat, keep the peace, you are being trained to disconnect from truth to preserve proximity to power. And that's not community, that's control. Good morning, Lefty Professor. Tiffany says, I just read The Mad Wife and it fits right in with this discussion. Ooh, I need to read that. Send me that. Or at least like a synopsis if it's too much to read because I'm doing a lot of things right now. So I don't want to add another thing to my boat, to my plate. I said boat. You see, my brain is everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. So when you think about those things, a couple years back, I used to do a workshop and it was and we discussed like the language. And I have done articles in regard to that. The language of supremacy culture, right? English in and of itself is a colonized language. It is the language of colonization. If you speak English, you have been effectively colonized. You have lost access, unless you're English, you have lost access to your indigenous language, most likely your lands and your connections to your roots and your people. And inside of that, we're all going to say the things, right? And they have to be interpreted. It goes back to that discomfort because the language in and of itself is violent. Yeah, the ADHD and Mercury retrograde and like 5 other planets or something are in retrograde. So it's been a lot, but tons of energy. I've been up. I didn't go to bed till like 3:00 in the morning yesterday and woke up at 6:30 like, good morning. I'm probably going to crash somewhere in the afternoon. But when you're talking about this and you sit down and what this is called a thought terminating cliches, right? Oh, just be nice. Be nice to who? The person that's treating me terribly? Absolutely not. Like that is one of my favorite. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I shan't. Absolutely not. Right? Don't rock the boat. Why not? Why not? Why should we not? Why are we dealing with this? Why are we suffering? Why are we not rocking the boat? We need to tip it over. Capsize the fucking boat at this point in time, right? We're done. Throw the boat away. You know what? Capsize the boat, get to shore. We're over. We do not want to do that. Keep the peace. It's not peace, right? That is one of those pillars of supremacy culture. That is the right to comfort. There is no peace in a place that you cannot exist wholly and fully yourself. You are not at peace. You are not at peace at home if you can't say the things that you need to say without backlash. You are not at peace at work if you cannot say, hey, I'm having an issue. Can we discuss that? And you're afraid to lose your job. Comply or die. That is not the same. That is not the same. And that is not peaceful. Dump the tea in the harbor. Yeah, we need another tea party. Dump it. Be the bigger person. Hate that. I will not be the bigger person. I will not. We're going to hell together, friend. Let's go. Call me Hades. I'm going to take you to the depths of hell with me, and we're going to enjoy the ride. I know I will. I hope. I don't know about you. All of those things are more ways and languages to separate ourselves from our true self, right? From our true feelings, right? And this is the subtle ways supremacy culture gaslights us. Good morning, Timothy, right? It will, and you're gaslighting yourself after a while. Like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to keep the peace. What peace? There is no peace. There's no peace. We're going to get uncomfortable. We're going to confront some things. We're going to offer repair. And this is how we can actually be in community. But I am not going to sit here uncomfortable so you could pretend that you are at peace. Because again, there is a weight to also being an oppressor. Unless you actively want to cause harm to another human being, nobody wants to be a professor. I'm reading Lefty Professor. Nobody wants to be an oppressor unless they actively want to be an oppressor. But again, systems of whiteness are non-consensual. So it puts you in the position to do it anyway. Lefty Professor says, when I taught, I started every semester with there is no absolute truth, designed to show them that language is representative. It can't carry absolute truth. It was designed to rupture their beliefs about language and how it works to support oppressive systems. I love that because yes, right? I don't say there's no absolute truth, but I do say multiple truths exist, right? Even in a scenario between two people, like there are at least two truths in that, right? Because I can't tell you how it's experiencing me. I don't know, right? can think I'm amazing, prolific, empathetic, educator. You may think I'm a loudmouth, foul, screamer. I don't know. But I can't say it. And they're both true, right? The way I feel about myself is absolutely true. The way you experience me is also absolutely true. So multiple truths exist. And how do we still move around that? There are mathematical proofs. I call it big T truth and little t truth. We carry all the little chi truths in our language. We really, really do. And it's something that I find is a very critical component in dismantling supremacy culture and saying, you know what? I speak the oppressor's language. So I'm going to say things that are going to be uncomfortable. I'm going to say things that I didn't even realize were oppressive, right? I turned around and I've shared before, my thoughts that have been anti-Semitic, that have been trans antagonistic, that have been anti-Black, because it's just a part of our lexicon, right? So until we really start taking a lens to what we're saying, how our lives impact other people's lives, we will continue on with that unless we start getting really deeply intentional and saying, what am I saying here? Like, and what am I repeating? What am I replicating? And how is this landing on somebody else? How is this showing up? And this is not in that idea of people pleasing. No, this is just in an awareness, and that is community, right? Like what I say is going to impact you. That is important to me. That is vital. That is something that I need to be concerned about on how I show up. Am I going to please other people all the time? Nope. And I'm okay with that too. Deirdre said, I had this realization uh, about misogyny recently. Very humbling. Mm, I love that. Tell me more about your realization, please, my dear. I'm sorry.